episode number 5 of the Exile Weekend Post.
Are you
My
sure?
name is Sam. I am very sure. And with me today is Dan and Josh. Say hello.
I'm not allowed to talk.
Hello, Governor.
Yes, we made it another week. So more news. Well, actually there wasn't a hell of a lot of news, but we are doing the best with what we found.
Yeah, I
Dan,
had
would
some
you like
stuff
to go
about
first?
Right.
My Twitter lurking has resulted in nothing but a bunch of angry Call of Duty fans, as per protocol. So,
Yeah, I was going to talk about Neo, but the demo for it ended today, so if anybody listening would just be like, wouldn't be able to download it. But look forward to it. It's a cool looking game. Samurai armor, Dark Souls.
I
Stances.
want to point out that even the most hardened of Dark Souls fans hate it. Just pointing that out there now.
Oh, those are the ones. Yeah.
As someone who played the demo, and as someone who has played Dark Souls, I can say that game like shits all over the Dark Souls difficulty.
Well, I watched
Surprising,
some people.
Sorry.
Well, I was watching my roommates play it last night, and it looked pretty fun. I was gonna talk about it, but I think the beta or the alpha or whatever it is, it's
Alpha.
finished. Yeah, it's finished today. So sorry.
Nope. Anyway.
Yeah, look, man, the very first NPC killed me with a fishing rod for like 4 hours straight. I just decided to give up.
No, that's hardcore.
He fished you death. Alright. We did actually find some news, so that's always good. So,
And I'm going last.
very last. Well, we'll give Dan the front. He can be the front runner.
Yeah, I'm the first kid picked for dodgeball in gym class.
Yep.
This is a first. Yeah, anyway, I was terrible at dodgeball, but on to the news portion. So, it sounds like Nintendo is going to be at E3, and it's going to be all about Zelda.
So they're
Street
just
Fighter
doing
Six.
Zelda?
That's what it sounds like. Because, I mean, as everyone here hopefully knows, I'm, like, diehard fan of Zelda. Like, I'll sit here and talk Zelda for hours upon hours, but unfortunately they told me no.
We don't want to have
not-
like a 6-hour-long podcast.
But you told me I could do a reading from the Hyrule Historia that's sitting right here. You promised me I could read the first 500 pages.
Oh God.
The Holy Book?
Do you have a few minutes to talk about our Lord and Savior Zelda and Link? Anyway, so yeah. It sounds like, they're going to be at E3. It's going to be all about that Zelda. I will have my eyes literally taped to the screen with the most highest of quality headphones so I don't miss anything. Then there's some, apparently the NX got its release date.
Well, they're just saying March still at the moment.
Yeah.
I'm
The
assuming
more Nintendo
E3
news.
I'm assuming E3 they'll announce officially.
Yeah, I mean, look, the selling point for an NX for me doesn't have a real controller. If it doesn't have a real controller, I'm going to pass it up and just continue to enjoy my 3DS.
Yeah, I'm so glad that one thing we were talking about before we started was fake. It looked like a touchscreen with just 2 sticks on it.
So that we have a controller?
Hey, at least the Wii U controller had some plastic around it.
At least it had some buttons.
And some buttons. Look, I fat finger my phone enough as it is. God forbid they give me a touchscreen controller. Look, there was only that one boss in Zelda. I meant to swing my sword, but instead I pulled out my slingshot and threw a bomb at the same time.
While dodge rolling the entire way.
Right. Oh, did I also mention I accidentally locked onto that one dude across the map like 20 times while trying to do that as well?
Yeah. It's always the worst.
No, as far as the NX go, wasn't there part of the rumor? Wasn't it about cartridges or something or
Yeah,
sticks?
I've been seeing that floating around on Twitter today. Was something about them potentially going back to like a cartridge based game, which I mean, cool if
Basically,
cool.
it would be like DS games, I assume.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of 3DS games recently that have pulled off a lot of nice looking things, but that makes me question kind of some hardware things right there. I mean, I'm not very tech savvy at all, but I'm wondering, is there anything at all? Could a cartridge come anywhere close to matching up to like a disc strength?
Well, the whole point of... Oh, go ahead, Sam.
I was gonna say the only way they could really do it is they could do it similar to how the Vita did it with their basically. Well, the Vita was a little cartridge, but it was it was a proprietary thing because Sony do that because they're dumb. But it was kind of similar to like a like the micro SD cards. So they could do that. Like they could just use like a micro SD card, but put it in a bigger cartridge and do it that way.
I think what they just need to do is put some N64 cartridges with some super high-looking hard drive filled with games on them.
Oh, that.
And then
I know one of the reasons
to have that expansion pack for my N64 to use it.
God, I still have that thing in my closet. My 64 broke, so I took the expansion pack out, and I'm saving it for when I get another 64, or until I fix the old one.
I used to have all my Nintendo collection. I have a few of my games still, but when I was moving from my old place, some people broke into my house and stole a bunch of my crap, so I don't know where any of it is now, unfortunately. So much sad was had that day. You know, my N64, my Super Nintendo, and my regular Nintendo all went missing, but I had already thankfully moved my GameCube and such, so... Well, not thankfully. I'm super depressed I lost my Super Nintendo. Yeah, because, my gaming career started on the Super Nintendo with A Link to the Past. But anyway, we don't have time to talk about that. That would be like 5 hours in its own.
What I was going to say about cartridges, though, the reason they were ditched was because they became expensive to manufacture, and CDs were cheaper, and they held more information. And it's just been that way since, they started on the PS1. And Nintendo was like, okay, we'll, go CD-based, and they went with the GameCube with those tiny CD things. But now if they're putting them, because a 3DS game is essentially just a memory stick from the looks of them. So it doesn't really have that space issue anymore. But is there...
cards and stuff?
I mean, I'd just be worried about, the whole memory thing. I've seen some pretty fantastic games, and, Monster Hunter was always a good one. I always loved Monster Hunter, and then, Bravely Second was a pretty big game, but I'd just be worried, if they tried to put any, super high games on it. I'm assuming the new Zelda is going to be a fairly big game, because, Twilight Princess... My first playthrough blind took me many, many, many days to beat. Granted, I literally was fueled with caffeine and whatnot the whole time playing it. Oh, that was the best Christmas gift I ever got, by the way. It was Twilight Princess. They didn't even have to worry about Santa putting, gifts under the tree while I was sleeping because I was too busy glued to my Christmas Eve gift of Twilight Princess.
I don't know. Maybe they'll do both. Maybe for some of their first party stuff, or maybe they'll have it so you can play 3DS games on the NX. So it's gonna have a slot for that.
Great.
But then they'll also have, because I know, isn't one of the reasons, I shouldn't say I know, but isn't one of the reasons they're coming out with the NX is because they want third parties back, and they're not getting third parties with the Wii U. They need a more updated.
I think so. I've been kind of out of the Nintendo loop since the Wii came out because I was pretty adverse to the Wii. I didn't like the looks of it. As you guys know, I have terrible back problems and I can't stand up flailing my arms around like an idiot for hours to play games.
Right.
But you know, oh, but, Daddy, there's controllers and all this other stuff. It doesn't matter. Anyway, but I mean, the Wii U, though, that's a pretty new thing. I mean, that came out, not even like 2-3 years ago? I might be wrong on that. I'm surprised it's had such a short lifespan.
Yeah, but the thing is, from my understanding, is it came out before the PS4 and the Xbox One, so it's kind of like in between. So it's not getting like all the third-party stuff now. Like if you look at what was the last Call of Duty game, it came out on
Ghosts?
Not Ghosts. Well, I think it was Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3 got a PS3 360 version, but it's just the multiplayer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For like the Wii U, it'd essentially be the same thing, and they don't want that. They want to be one of the big trifecta things again.
I mean, one thing about the NX that at first I was hearing them talk about was they were just going, digital download only, which that, to me, doesn't work. I mean, refer to, what was that PSP counterpart that was digital download only that flopped?
The PSP Go or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah, its lifespan was, what, 3 months?
3 days?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a kick in the teeth to me, someone like me who had, I had all the Dissidias, and I had a bunch of other, Crisis Core, and, I had Tactics, all for the PSP. It's like, oh, so if you go trade those in at GameStop, you'll get a discount on your thing. It's like...
No, at the very least, they could have come out with, like something that just came with the PSP Go, that you plug it in, and it reads the game and verifies it or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing was...
much better ways of doing it. They kind of stuffed it up.
Yeah. But NX, I don't know. It would be interesting if they went back to some type of cartridge base. It would definitely tickle my nostalgia.
I have to keep that damn cat off my counter from hitting it so it doesn't freeze again.
Finally, we can blow in our games once more.
Oh, jeez.
Did they recommend not blowing into the games?
I blew on the Blu-ray disc, but it did nothing.
Steamy.
Anyway.
My game keeps crashing on Steam. Blow on Steam.
Yep. Now my eyes. My eyes! Alright, we'll move on to the second piece. It's my turn. Today, this is fresh news from the interwebs. There is a new Battlefield game coming out. It is going to be called Battlefield 1, the number 1.
Who named it? Microsoft?
I don't know, but can anyone guess why it's called 1?
Could it be World War I, Sam?
You would be correct. No, they had an official reveal trailer today. It just shows a whole lot of World War One kind of combat stuff. There's horses. There's really old-looking tanks. There's even a Zeppelin.
I want to point out that there was one thing in that trailer that instantly sold me on the game. You want to know what that was?
What?
A flamethrower.
There's a flamethrower. Mustard gas?
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it looks really good. I mean, I myself, I didn't really get into Battlefield as much as I did, like Call of Duty and whatnot, but, I haven't had a good World War I/2 shooter in many a moon, so I am definitely pumped for this.
Well, you would have missed the original World War II thing way back in the day on the original PlayStation.
Yeah.
That was all they pumped out for 3 or 4 years, and then we were like, we've had enough of those, so okay, let's go modern, and then they did modern for the next 15 years.
And then they went with future, and then everyone's hated the future things because they're beating the dead Space Horse, but first they were beating the long gone dead World War II wars. The thing with FPS communities is I'm convinced they're never pleased with anything.
Oh, no.
They constantly bitch about, oh, this is the same shit, different game. But you still buy it.
Yeah, don't buy it. If you don't like it, don't buy it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll sit here and complain about Call of Duty all day, but I feel that's the right thing to do as a Call of Duty player. Is I have to complain about it. But, you
if
know...
you truly didn't
That's-
like it, you wouldn't buy the game.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
it's almost any gaming community. Everybody complains about everything.
I mean, I thoroughly enjoy just getting on a game of Call of Duty and just going and wrecking scrubs. You know, I thoroughly enjoy just jumping on with the guys and just having a good night of fun, blasting people on COD, you know, raging a little bit and then laughing about it. You know, that one guy that keeps killing you with a sniper rifle, or he hits you in the face with a C4 and blows you up, and then you finally kill that one son of a bitch, and you go power teabag his corpse with the rage and fury of long dead ancestors. Anyway, but yeah, I'm definitely going to be picking up this Battlefield 1.
It comes out on October the 21st.
It's not that far
Ooh.
away.
So, not too far away. Wow. No, not too far away. I mean, what, like 5 months?
Well, I mean, it's not like a year and a half away.
No, that's true.
But I mean, this is a good year for first-person shooters. I mean, look at what we've had. You know, we had Infinite Warfare, and everyone just kind of shrugged that off. And then, you know, everyone's like, oh, by the way, Modern Warfare Remastered. And then you hear pants hitting the floor and, you know, people working their nethers
Oh, God.
in that... in the excitement that was Modern Warfare Remastered. And then DICE turns around. Is that who makes Battlefield? DICE?
Yeah.
Yeah.
NEA.
DICE turns around. They're like, so by the way, we see that this one game hasn't been done in a while. So here's some old classic shooters.
Yep.
And
the hurrahs just all over the place.
Yeah, I actually saw
TLDR.
a GIF.
Huh?
Actually saw a GIF. That one GIF of someone trying to feed a baby with 2 spoons, and the baby won't eat the first thing, so they feed him with the second spoon, and they put Infinite Warfare on the first spoon, so the baby won't eat it, and then they shove the spoon with Modern Warfare, and so the baby opens its mouth, and then they put Infinite Warfare in there.
I saw another one. Do you remember back when we were watching? Because you and I, Josh, watched E3 together when they revealed the PS4 and whatnot. From memory,
Yeah.
Sam, I think you were working that day, or were you watching it with us?
I was kind of watching. I was at work.
Kind of watching on your phone.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, your boss is looking over your shoulder.
Didn't care. Well, I don't think
But,
it's me, so who cares?
You remember that Attack on Titan gif we saw there, Josh, where the one Titan
Yeah.
was curb stomping and it said Microsoft, Xbox, and Wii U was crying in the corner?
That's right.
Yeah.
I saw one earlier that had, it was, Activision on the ground being curb stomped by the bigger Titan that said DICE.
Nice.
Needless to say, many funny gifts to be had this day between Activision and Activision and DICE.
Hopefully, it has a good single-player story.
You planning on getting Battlefield 1?
I might do.
Battlefield 1.
We shall see.
We are starting over.
Yeah.
Actually, if they want to do Battlefield 1 and they want to go with like they should. Where's Battlefield Napoleon? Like I want a FPS Waterloo.
With muskets or whatever.
Yes.
God, those would be some extremely long games.
God, that would It'd be sitting there, and be like, hold on, reloading, hold on.
Tap the button.
Hold on. You gotta press X to
Jam the
reload.
ball down.
Alright, I'm
Then
good.
if you're fighting on a rainy map, sometimes you'd have to find a new musket because your powder would get wet and you couldn't fire it.
Damn.
Or just misfires.
Blows
30%
up,
chance to
you
misfire.
died.
Yeah,
Then
I
you
want that.
occasionally you're running after the misfire and you go to swap weapons, it just goes off anyway.
See, that's the game I want. And then every time you die, it just goes sacre bleu.
But no. It looks good. I'm quite. I'm cautiously interested.
One day I'll get you to play an FPS game with me.
I played Destiny,
A good FPS game.
a good FPS game.
Oh,
I don't know. What else?
I'm talking one with like Call of Duty and whatnot.
Maybe I might get the new
What
one.
the-
I do like sci-fi.
I saw a GIF of that recently too, where it was like, you know, a game that's not supposed to be in space, and then it shows a clip of Star Wars supposed to be in space. No spaceship battles.
yeah, what's that about? Star Wars Battlefront doesn't have space battles, but the new Call of Duty will.
I think it does now.
I don't
Should there
know.
be some DLC for it that's come out?
I've been under the impression that game died a week after it came out. Because I know Devin bought it one day, and he's like, oh yeah, this game is... I traded it in. He was so hyped for that game, and then he was utterly crushed when it was bad.
Yeah, no, I played the demo. It was fun. It just was not, you know, when I saw what it was coming out with, I'm like, yeah, this isn't worth $60.
See, the one thing I noticed about it from watching gameplay of it, and then is even with this, and then that Plants vs. Zombies as well, I noticed did this a lot, which incidentally are both made by the same people. It's just one side felt more overpowered than the other, like in certain maps, as an example, in Plants vs. Zombies, which is something I played and enjoyed. If you got to play as the zombies, your team was pretty much guaranteed to win, no matter how bad you guys sucked. Just because, you know, the zombies, to me, had the superior weapons, superior, like, loadouts, and they always started in the most convenient spots on the map. The plants had no hope of winning. And it seemed to me like there was one like that where I don't know the factions that played on Star Wars, so I was under the impression, though, that there was one side that no matter what would always just be crushed in certain game modes.
Like I said, all I played was the demo and... or not the demo, beta. I keep interchanging those words. But, yeah, there was one map, it was the Hoth map, felt really skewed towards the Empire, but that was the only map. And, I don't know, like, I'm kind of torn because on one hand, it's a game, and it should be, you know, an equal chance to win for both teams. On the other hand, the Rebel Alliance got their shit pushed in at the Hoth battle in the movie, so... you know, faithfulness go.
Like, I know I'm about to completely ruin our, like, channel for us by saying this line, but as you guys know, I've never watched Star Wars. So I wouldn't know. I'm sorry, everyone's going to unsubscribe because of me.
Yep.
All 15 of them. But no, that was the only map that seemed to be unfair. At least it felt that way. But I still won a couple, so maybe it was just, I don't know.
Maybe it's just coincidence that every time you play that map, the one team just plays better than you.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm not very good at FPSs, so...
You did good at Black Ops 2. I mean, most of the time you did consistently better than me. But then again, you started playing about the time that I just started fucking around with the Executioner with silencers and tactical knife.
That's true.
Look, man, nothing says I love you like getting shot in the butt with a pistol with a shotgun pistol with a silencer on it.
Hopefully you'll be able to do that in Battlefield 1.
Yep.
Nah, dude, I want to stick mustard gas down someone's shorts.
Jeez.
And then hit him with the flamethrower.
Yes. Look, we got to play strategically here, but we'll go over that later.
Yep. Because now I have something to talk about and make fun of. Because that's all I do, is tear people down.
You build them up and tear them down. Very good, sir.
I don't know, Sam, I don't even think I build them up, do I?
What?
Before I tear them down?
No. You just you start at ground level and just go straight down.
Yeah. Just call me the shoveler. Well, that was terrible. Anyway, yeah. So, like I said, it was a slow news day. I want to talk about Neo, but that didn't happen. And then I found a thing about Windows 10, and even I don't give a shit about that. But we do have Mighty No.9, which I also don't care too much about, but it's finally apparently getting a release date again. But this time it's saying it won't be pushed back. It won't be delayed again. I honestly don't believe it. Because it says here, yeah, they've said that now. They've said that 100 times. It says Keiji Unafune said in a blog post. Says the game has gone gold, which would indicate development is finally complete on the long-delayed project. I would like to say again how sincerely sorry we are for how long we have kept all of our fans waiting. We have understand that as a result of the various delays, we have disappointed and let down our fans, but we are happy to finally be able to deliver the game to everyone who brought us this far. Yeah, I mean, this one mentions originally announced for September 2015. It was then delayed to 2016, then to February 2016, then delayed again. I think, didn't it have a couple release dates even before September 2015?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Because the game, the Kickstarter went up in 2013, so. But I don't know. I've seen the game. It looks okay. The thing is, I don't know. It's one of those. I know there's people out there that want it. Obviously, the Kickstarter was successful. People donated money to it. But it's like, I don't want a spiritual successor. I'd just rather have a new Mega Man game. Like, I'd just rather have a Mega Man 11. And I don't really care much for the character design. Like, I could nitpick this game for a while, but it's been just delayed over and over again that, personally, even though it says now June 21st for PC, Macs, Linux, PS3, PS4, Wii U, Xbox 360, Xbox One, with a 3DS and Vita version available later. Yeah, June 21st this year. I'm not going to believe it. I'll believe it when I see it. Actually, I probably won't even believe it when I see it. If it comes out with, like, hard copies, or if it says, if I load up my, like, 360 or my PS4 and it has a digital store and it's like, oh, Mighty No.9 out now, I'm just going to be like, no, that's a lie.
You're like I am with 15, man. Shit.
Yeah. Well, it's just they keep pushing it back, and everyone always tries to coin or try to bring up what Miyamoto says, that a rushed game is always bad, a delayed game is eventually good. But I'm not getting that impression with Mighty No.9. I'm getting more of the polished turd feeling. They can polish it all they want, it's still going to be a turd.
A sparkly turd, but
yeah, but it's still poo.
Yeah.
But again, it's I'm just basing everything off of what I've seen. I could be proven wrong, and if it comes out and it's the greatest game ever made, I will eat my words. I will print them out and eat them on camera.
Oh, jeez.
With teriyaki sauce. Because I'm not just going to eat straight paper. That's gross.
Have a quick snack in school somewhere during the day.
Yeah, I mean, even Hideki Kamiya isn't really impressed with Mighty No.9. I know I follow him on Twitter because it's always fun seeing him tell people that they've been blocked 100 million times. And he didn't block me though, so that made me feel that lightened up my day. It was better than sex. Kamiya didn't block me. Yes. But no, people were tweeting him once about Inafune and Mighty No.9. Kamiya's like, he said it sounded like, I'm kind of paraphrasing his words here, but basically like, it's disrespectful to just go and make a Mega Man clone, more or less. And Inafune isn't a game creator. He's a businessman or something like that. He has no faith in it. He's like, no, it's gonna be bad.
Yeah.
And in so many Twitter words, that's pretty much what he said. But yeah, it's like I said, I'll believe it when I see it. Probably not even then. But if you're listening and you are looking forward to Mighty No.9, once again, apparently the final release date for the game, June 21st, 2016. PC, Mac, Linux, PS3, PS4, Wii U, 360, Xbox One.
Also introducing Toaster to the list. Play Mighty No.9 on your microwave oven and toaster.
Score. While I cook my noodles.
Because I donated all my money to Mighty No.9,
Yep, so
and all I got was this top ramen.
It's all I can eat now. Yeah, that's. I've only been kind of watching its development stuff, but it's like they got stuck with the whole they raised too much money for it. So basically, it extended their development times because they're like, oh, we have to make it for everything now.
Yeah, it's almost kind of like they had an idea. Like at first, it just seemed like we're gonna make Mighty No.9. It's gonna be a spiritual successor to Mega Man. Okay, and then it was like, no, we're gonna do this, or we're gonna try this, and the whole thing just, I don't know. Whatever they did, it definitely pushed it back to 3 years later, and then I'm sorry, I'm not going to believe it until I see it.
Well, I don't think they want to talk to you right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, surprisingly, we managed to last about half an hour with the very small amount of news that came out this week.
It was all thanks to our jibber jabber.
Yep.
My cat's looking at the microphone like he has something important to say.
Wow.
But in fact, I think he's just eyeballing the bowl sitting next to it.
That wouldn't surprise
He's like, there's potential treats in there. Can I have it?
No. All right. Well, thanks for listening, everyone. Once again, we will be back next week with more, hopefully, some news or better news, more interesting news.
Hopefully, more interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll keep working on the Twitters.
So, yeah, check us out on the web on our website pixelexile.com. It's on Twitter at pixelexile and on Facebook, facebook.com/pixelexile1. All right, thank you everyone, and we will catch you later on. See you later.
Peace.
Bye.